Hello! In this lesson, we are going to learn how to fill out a Vävstuga project sheet. We're going to start with the title, and these are going to be blankets in twill. The warp is going to be tuna, 6-2 wool, and this is Borg's is the brand name. The weft is also going to be tuna 6-2 wool. This is their special blanket wool that folds so beautifully. The reed is going to be a 25. It's a metric reed. 25 dents in 10 centimeters means we have 2.5 dents in 1 centimeter. It's going to be threaded 1 per heddle and 2 per dent. 2 per dent times 2.5 dents per centimeter equals 5 ends per centimeter. The weft density is going to be also 5 picks per centimeter. It's going to be a balanced weave. Our total number of warp ends. Let's come down here to our warp order and see how many warp ends we have. I've made another video on how to come up with these numbers, so you might be interested in that if you haven't seen it already. We're going to add the dark royal threads up here at the top. So we're going to go across this top line, 44, 8, 16, 8, 116, 8, 16, 8, 44. Is 268 ends. And then here the canary is 8 plus 8, that's 16. Dandelion, 90, and 90 is 180. The carrot is 2 60s, that makes 120. And tomato is 2 8s, so that's 16. We add these all together, and we get 180, 120, 16. We get 600 warp ends. So we can put that here where it says number of warp ends, 600. The warp width, we take our 600 and we divide by 5 ends per centimeter. That gives us 120 centimeters warp width. The finished width we don't know until after we weave the blanket and wash it and measure it, but that's useful to have as a reference later. There's no special selvage threading, so we're going to leave that blank. Weave length. I am deciding to weave 2 blankets at, if it's 120 centimeters wide, it's nice to do 1.5 times that in length. So we're going to say 180 centimeters. So 180 centimeters times 2 blankets gives us 360. We're not going to weave anything else on this warp. This column is only for woven cloth, measured woven cloth. We're going to put that 360 right over here across from weave length. That's our total woven length. But to that, under our warp length column, we need to add 10% take up. This is how much the warp threads get shortened during the weaving process. So we'll just move the decimal over and call that 36, and these are centimeters. And then we're going to need fringe. And here I've got a little diagram to show you. Here are our 2 blankets. We can use tie-on knots at the front for the fringe on the end of the first blanket, and we can use the loom waist at the end of the warp for the fringe at the end of that blanket. So we really just need to add extra warp length for these 2 fringes in the middle. And so we're going to say 2 fringes at 20 centimeters, so that adds a total 40 centimeters more to our warp length. And then we do need to allow for loom waist. And that will be 60 centimeters for the tie-on knots at the front and the waist at the back of the loom that you can't weave. And we're going to add that up. So we have 360 plus 36 plus 40 plus 60 gives us 4, that's supposed to be a 496 centimeters divided by 100 centimeters in a meter is going to be 4.96 meters. We're going to round up to 5 meters. So we have a 5-meter warp. One more thing to fill in on the front side of the sheet. Down here is going to be my tie-up. I'm leaving room for the tie-up here, but that threading is going to be a straight threading on 4 shafts. Starting at the back of the loom. This is a bird's eye view looking down on the shafts. That's the most comfortable way to thread. A straight threading is starting at the back. Our treadling is going to be a straight treadling. And this you could start on either side, but if you're right-handed, you probably will be more comfortable starting your threading on the right-hand side as I have it mapped out here. And you'll treadle this way. The weaving will grow in this direction the same as the treadling grows from the bottom to the top. Our tie-up is going to look like this for the 2-2-12. And there we've completed the front side of our sheet.